When it comes to branding, what quickly comes to mind is your logo and your color palette, the visuals. But what about the way that your message is actually being delivered? Let's have a look at how you can create even more brand recognition by establishing your brand voice. Hi, I'm Alli, and I help emerging entrepreneurs get their businesses up and running online with a standout brand and website. And when your business has a solid personality that shows up clearly and consistently, your audience will begin to recognize your marketing and communication efforts as yours, even when they don't see your logo. So let's have a look at 5 steps to finding your brand voice. Step 1, review your big message. A great place to start when it comes to discovering your brand voice is with what I like to call your big message, or your positioning statement that lets someone know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. This message is a good starting point to figuring out how to connect your core values to your brand. Step 2, read through your current content. Gather up any content that you've already written, such as your website copy, social media and blog post, and ads, for example. And then have a read through and look for any consistencies in the overall tone that you use. A good way to know what specifically is resonating with your audience is to look closely at any piece of content that has performed really well. When reviewing your writing, keep in mind that it's not so much about what you say as it is how you say it. So for example, do you come across as technical, funny, or informal perhaps? Step 3, know your brand personality. Your brand's personality can be summed up by the key adjectives that best describe your business as if it were a person. So once you've determined your 3 to 4 adjectives, it's a good idea to do a "we're this blank but not that blank" exercise. So for example, we're optimistic but not unrealistic, or we're whimsical but not unreliable. Step 4, create a brand voice chart. So what you're going to do is create a chart with 4 columns. In the first column, list your 3 to 4 brand adjectives. In the second column, give a brief explanation of each trait. In the third column, list the ways that you'll show this trait. And in the fourth column, list the ways that you won't show this trait. So for example, optimistic. We have a positive outlook and are hopeful and confident in our approach. Do be positive and encouraging. Don't overpromise or lose sight of reality. And step 5, use special expressions. Once you've determined your brand voice, it's helpful to have a few go-to phrases that you can sprinkle throughout your content to help add consistency and personality, so long as you don't overdo it. So to find these special expressions, you can ask yourself, do I use any expressive phrases regularly? Do I have a signature sign-off on podcast episodes, blog posts, or in emails? Do I use specific emojis or acronyms often in my writing? To continue with my example of optimistic, I might use the phrase, "you've got this," or "dream big." Your brand voice shouldn't be a one-time thing, so be sure to revise and refine it and refresh it as your business grows and your messaging evolves. Now, if you're ready to start uncovering your brand voice, but you haven't determined your brand personality yet, then click the video that's on the screen right now where I take you through my 4-step process to doing just that. And if you're loving all these tips and tricks about branding and websites, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Now let's go get them.